Hi, I'm Mike Reed, Operations Section Chief, and this is your operational update for Friday, October 11th. As always, starting up in Division Zulu at the top here, we are showing containment now along the 144 road to where it meets some dozer line that comes off of there. So that's some added containment. They've been working and mopping up and securing the line, and they're feeling pretty comfortable. Still on this west side, they've been doing some work along the west side. Really just trying to prevent, it hasn't shown a lot of, it's not wanting to move to the west very much. So, but they are doing work trying to secure this west edge. So it takes a lot of the threat out of that little Bighorn Canyon and those structures in here. Papa and Mike, we still have resources in there. Minimal resources, but we're continuing to patrol that line to ensure that it's safe. Down in Kilo, we are also showing containment. We did leave the mouth of Tongue Canyon open. There's still some heat in there, and they're not quite ready for that. But from below there down to approximately this point here, we are showing containment here as well. This has been worked and mopped up and secured for multiple days, and we're feeling really good in here, and we think it's going to continue to be safe. And you know, by this line being safe really helps to protect all that private and those residents and structures and values at risk to the east. Moving down in Division India, so for where the line on the face is at the toe of the slope, we continue to secure that, and we're making really good progress there. Yesterday we did get fire all the way around the intake, a very nice low intensity burn, and that's all looking pretty well and secure now in that with the infrastructure related to the watershed. With the watershed itself, you know, when that fire did with those downslope winds the other night, it did push out across the Big Goose Creek. So what that did initiate for us is we continuing to put some black line in here, and just being clear that we are not just sending fire up the hill. It's just black line itself, you know, with lines on either side of it. And what that does is that gives us a buffer. So if this wants to move to the east, it's taken all this private land out of play. And really with Becton and Bighorn, and then ultimately Story, it's helping to reduce the risk to those communities. We're continuing to construct that primary fire line down below, and just trying to stay ahead of it. So as this continues to move south, we'll just get the line burned out so that it has no opportunity to move east. The fire as a whole has not shown a lot of propensity to move to the west. You know, it's kind of been hung up in here pretty well. You know, we get some little pockets of heat, but it's not really showing big pushes to the west. We did focus and move a ton of horsepower, different resources, engines, crews, and some other things. We really want to get this corner tied in, and we're really working hard to not only get all the structures prepped in the area of Poverty Flats, but then we're doing that improvement on the Red Grade Road, and to open that up to help that to be more successful as a primary control line. So they'll be working that heavy equipment all the way up the Red Grade Road while trying to stay out in front of it and prepping the structures. So we're looking good. We got a lot of horsepower down there. Do realize with some of this fire activity that's down on the south end, it's very visible from some of these areas. And I know especially at night it looks pretty ominous, but right now, we're just trying to keep that low intensity burn in the watershed so it doesn't really affect anything in there. Moving on over to Foxtrot and Delta. We are all prepped. They're continuing every day. We're fine-tuning that. They are looking for some options, and they have some equipment in here where they're opening up some roads there. Similar down to Hotel, they're just making them a little wider so we have higher success. So they're working some heavy equipment in here, and that's just to help to keep some of the fire out of the Burgess Junction area. But we're all prepped and ready to go, so we're looking really good in there. So Alpha, again, is kind of hung in that same area, and it's not moved much at all. So that's your operational update for October 11th.